Welcome back to Up North at 4, and joining me now is Nick Novak making the drive. He's with the Wisconsin Manufacturing and Commerce organization, WMC, and we're talking the coolest thing made in Wisconsin. And Nick, we spoke a couple weeks ago about this event, about this contest, but for the folks at home, remind us a little bit about what the coolest thing in Wisconsin is all about.
So WMC and Johnson Financial Group, we get together every single year. This is our 8th year doing the coolest thing made in Wisconsin contest. And our ultimate goal is to showcase the diverse and vibrant manufacturing sector that we have here in Wisconsin and talk about all of the cool products that we make in every corner of the state. Manufacturing employs nearly 500,000 people in Wisconsin and contributes about $70 billion to our economy every single year. And so we just want to talk about these great products we make and the really cool careers that are available making those products.
Yeah, and of course the nominees were just announced last week. And for the folks at home, if you haven't seen the full list yet, when you say it is every corner of Wisconsin, I mean, it is literally every corner of Wisconsin. There's towns on there, and I'm a native Wisconsinite. There's towns on there that I've never heard of in my life, and then there's all these crazy amount of industries. And Nick, for you and the WMC, how cool is that though, when these nominees come in, you take a look, you gather all this information, and you just see the wide array of companies, of products, of people that are involved in the coolest things made in Wisconsin?
Well, that's one of my favorite parts about this contest is that this is our 8th year partnering with Johnson Financial Group to do the coolest thing made in Wisconsin. And I'm still surprised at some of the products that we make here in Wisconsin that I didn't know about. And so we want people to be able to kind of connect maybe a building that they drive by every single day on the highway and have no idea that it's a manufacturer and that they make something really cool inside that building. So we want people to understand that a little bit more. We want them to see the products and have pride in the things that we make here in Wisconsin. But then we want to talk about the careers that are available, because manufacturing is high tech, high skill, and high pay. These are great jobs, great careers, and we want more people to know about them, whether it's a young person who's maybe graduated from high school and looking to go right into a career, or maybe somebody later in life who's looking for that second career, for a switch. And so we want to talk about these careers, and then obviously we want to find the coolest thing made in Wisconsin.
Absolutely. And obviously, like you said, now this has been going on for almost a decade at this point. For you, what has the feedback been like from these businesses, from your partners, about just this contest and just getting the word out there, even if they don't win, but just getting their name out there and showing people, hey, we do this here, and this is really cool that we do. What has that feedback been like for you folks?
It's been amazing to hear our manufacturing members talk about the pride that their employees have in the products that they make. Whether it's somebody who is working on the shop floor and running a CNC machine, or maybe some other robotics or automation, they really get to have that sense of pride. I was actually in a manufacturing plant in the Madison area last week, and one of the workers who was running this massive robotics machine, he literally told me he was living the dream because he loved his job so much, and that's because I get to hear that because of this contest, and other people get to understand that. And so that's what I enjoy, getting to see the products that we make, the different diverse group of people and products that come out of Wisconsin. It's really just so much fun.
I love it so much. And I got some more questions for you, Nick, but you mind sticking around with me? We can take a quick break. We're going to do that. We'll be right back on Up North at 4. Welcome back to Up North at 4. Joining me is Nick Novak with the WMC. We're talking the coolest thing made in Wisconsin. The contest, the annual contest, is back. And of course, the list of nominees was unveiled last week. And Nick, there is a bunch of local to us industries that are involved in this contest. One of them being Minocqua Popcorn and Puffs, which we love, Jim and Pam and all the work that they do there. And another one being Thorogood in Merrill. So what's it been like for you to just kind of branch out, see these industries? Here in the Northwoods, we take a lot of pride in the work that people are doing. So for you to come up, see these places, meet the people behind the scenes there, what's that been like for you?
It's absolutely wonderful. That's another great part about this contest, a great part about my job. You know, I'm based in Madison, but I get to travel all across the great state of Wisconsin, and I get to see all of these amazing products. You mentioned Minocqua Popcorn and Puff. You mentioned Thorogood Shoes and Merrill. I mean, not only are these great companies, but they showcase the diversity of the industry that we have here in Wisconsin. Whether it's making shoes, whether it's processing popcorn and food. We have other food processors that make frozen vegetables, that make beer, that make different cheese and dairy products. We have small engine manufacturers. We have companies that make snow blowers, lawn mowers, UTVs, outboard motors. We have all different kinds of things that we make here in this state, and getting to see all of these cool products is just so much fun. And one of my favorite parts about my job, being able to run this contest and go all over the state and talk about these cool things.
I know, and that's, seriously, I've said this before, but I'll say it again for the people at home. Like, if you take a look at the list of nominees, we're talking shoes, we're talking popcorn, we're talking fishing rods here. That's just local companies that are involved. So seriously, it's such a wide array of businesses, of people, of industry. And Nick, I think that is what makes the coolest thing in Wisconsin so cool. And of course, the nominees are out now. Voting begins very soon, actually begins today, if I'm not mistaken. And tell me a little bit about what that process is like, of eventually narrowing down to find our winner of the coolest thing made in Wisconsin.
So WMC and Johnson Financial Group, we try to make it as easy as possible for people to find out about all of the different nominees and then cast their vote. Folks can go to madeinwis.com and they can check out all of the nominees, well over 100 different products that are made here in Wisconsin. And once they find the one that they think is the coolest thing made in Wisconsin, they can cast their vote once per day, per device at madeinwis.com. We're going to go through Tuesday the 26th, tabulate all those votes up, and the top 16 products will move on to our bracket-style tournament, Manufacturing Madness. Manufacturing Madness.
I love it. Did you come up with that?
Maybe. It's a group effort.
Okay. You're just being humble right now. I get it, right? So, Nick, all right, we are going to narrow it down to 16, and then every week we're kind of whittle that list down until we get to a top 4, as it were, find the winner there. What happens then for whoever does win the coolest thing made in Wisconsin? What is sort of the grand prize of it all?
So, the biggest thing that you win is bragging rights. If you're named the coolest thing made in Wisconsin. We've only had 7 winners so far. This is going to be our 8th. It's a really small group when we have over 9,000 manufacturers in the state. To only have 8 winners that have been called the coolest thing made in Wisconsin. That's a pretty good title to hold. But we also give a really cool trophy to the winner. And you guessed it, it's made in Wisconsin by one of our local manufacturers. They make a custom trophy every single year for us, they're just great people at EK and FCO Finishing who make the trophy in Fall River, Wisconsin. And so the bragging rights, the trophy, we're gonna have a big party at our Business Day in Madison event that we host every single year, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna celebrate it, and it's gonna be a great way to highlight Manufacturing Month, which is the entire month of October.
I love it, and of course, perfect timing with that event. And Nick, I'll say it, best of luck to everyone in this bracket, but I'm a little biased. I gotta give some shout outs to my local companies. We're rooting for you here at Newswatch Fall. But Nick, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Check out the coolest thing made in Wisconsin. Voting starts today, runs for quite a few weeks, so you got time. No excuses at home. Nick, it's been a pleasure. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back on Up North at 4.